What happens when the world's brightest spotlight shines on a child? Classic Hollywood's first child stars were more than just adorable faces on the silver screen. They became household names, cultural icons, and, in many cases, the very lifeline of the studios that made them famous. Behind every dazzling performance lay real stories of breathtaking success, family drama, shattered innocence, and resilience beyond their years. Journey with us as we reveal the true history behind 10 of the most unforgettable child stars who captured hearts and paid the price in Hollywood's golden age. Baby Peggy, Diana Sarah Carey. Before Shirley Temple or Mickey Rooney, Hollywood's original child star was none other than Baby Peggy, known off-screen as Diana Sarah Carey. Born in 1918 in San Diego, Baby Peggy's entry into the film world was almost accidental. Her father, a former stuntman, got her a screen test at the tender age of 19 months, and the rest, as they say, was history. By the age of 2, Baby Peggy was already one of the most popular faces in silent cinema. Her appeal was her innocence, expressive face, and a precocious charm that made her relatable to both children and adults. Between 1921 and 1924, Baby Peggy starred in over 150 short films and several major features, often playing resourceful or mischievous children who outsmarted the adults around them. Her name was plastered everywhere, on dolls, jewelry, breakfast cereal, and countless promotional materials. At the height of her career, she was earning an estimated $1.5 million a year, an astronomical sum for the time. But beneath the surface, all was not well. The long hours, lack of formal schooling, and constant pressure to perform took a toll. More troubling was the handling of her finances. Like many child stars of the era, Baby Peggy never saw the vast majority of her earnings. Her father controlled her fortune and, through poor investments and extravagant spending, lost it all. By the time she was 6, a contract dispute ended her film career overnight. Suddenly, the family's lavish lifestyle vanished, replaced with struggle and hardship. The abrupt end to her stardom left Diana facing a new reality. She was briefly a vaudeville performer, but the crowds dwindled as she grew older, and the Great Depression took its toll. Stripped of both fame and fortune, Diana Sarah Carey found herself searching for identity beyond the limelight. Yet, her story didn't end in tragedy. As an adult, Diana became a respected author and film historian, dedicating her life to preserving the stories of early Hollywood and advocating for child actors' rights. Her memoir, Whatever Happened to Baby Peggy, pulled back the curtain on the highs and lows of childhood fame, offering an honest and moving account of a life shaped by Hollywood. Baby Peggy's real legacy is not just in her films, but in her lifelong resilience and the reforms she helped inspire for future generations of young performers. Jackie Kugan. Before Macaulay Culkin or any modern child star, there was Jackie Kugan, the first real Hollywood boy wonder. Jackie's journey began in vaudeville, following his actor parents onto the stage at an early age. By the time he was 5, his cherubic looks and natural charisma caught the eye of none other than Charlie Chaplin. In 1921, Chaplin cast Jackie as the co-lead in his silent masterpiece, The Kid. Audiences instantly fell in love with Jackie's performance as the lovable street urchin, and the film's emotional story turned him into an international phenomenon. Jackie's signature bowl cut and soulful eyes were soon immortalized in everything from lunchboxes to comic strips. He became one of the highest-paid stars of the silent era, earning millions, a sum unheard of for a child actor at the time. But behind the dazzling lights, Jackie's story had its shadows. His parents managed his career and finances, and their control over his life was absolute. Unlike adult actors, child stars like Jackie had no legal protection for their earnings. When Jackie turned 21, he discovered that nearly all of his fortune had been spent by his mother and stepfather. The money that had bought mansions, cars, and expensive vacations was gone. Jackie's legal battle to reclaim his earnings made headlines across America. The public was outraged at the injustice, and his case became a turning point in Hollywood history. The result was the enactment of the California Child Actors Bill, better known as the Kugan Law. This legislation required that a portion of a child actor's earnings be set aside in a trust, protected from family mismanagement, a vital safeguard for future generations. Kugan's career never quite recaptured the heights of his childhood fame, though he continued working in film and television throughout his life. In his adult years, he found a new audience as Uncle Fester in the classic Addams Family TV series. Jackie's legacy endures not just in his films, but in the rights he helped secure for child actors everywhere, a bittersweet reminder of both the allure and the dangers of early stardom. Shirley Temple. If you ask anyone to name a classic Hollywood child star, chances are they'll say Shirley Temple. The curly-haired darling with a smile that could melt the hardest heart. Shirley was Hollywood's biggest star during the Great Depression, and her impact was so great that some credited her with saving the movie industry during its darkest days. Born in 1928, Shirley Temple began dance lessons before her 3rd birthday. Her screen debut came at just 3 years old, but it was her role in Bright Eyes that catapulted her to superstardom. Her rendition of On the Good Ship Lollipop became an anthem of hope and optimism for a generation facing economic despair. Shirley starred in a string of box office hits, Curly Top, Heidi, The Little Princess, and was awarded a special juvenile Oscar in 1935. Merchandisers scrambled to keep up with demand for Shirley Temple dolls, dresses, and even breakfast cereal. She was the top box office draw for 4 consecutive years, a feat unmatched by most adult stars. But Shirley's life wasn't all tap dancing and song. Despite her enormous earnings, Shirley's mother carefully managed her finances, ensuring her daughter retained a significant portion of her fortune. As Shirley entered her teenage years, the roles became fewer and the challenges greater. The public struggled to accept her as anything other than the precocious little girl who had captured their hearts. Remarkably, Shirley Temple managed the difficult transition out of child stardom with poise. After retiring from film at 22, she forged a new career as Shirley Temple Black, becoming a respected diplomat and serving as the U.S. ambassador to Ghana and later to Czechoslovakia. Her post-Hollywood life was one of service and grace, a rare achievement among child stars. Shirley Temple's story is unique, a combination of family support, personal resilience, and a keen sense of purpose. She remains the ultimate symbol of child stardom, proof that light can shine bright even in the hardest of times. Judy Garland. Judy Garland's journey from child prodigy to Hollywood legend is both extraordinary and cautionary. Born Frances Ethel Gum in 1922, Judy was the youngest daughter in a family of vaudevillians. By age 2, she was performing on stage with her sisters, and her voice, rich, emotional, and unmistakable, set her apart from the start. Signed by MGM at just 13, Judy's early years in Hollywood were marked by hard work and high expectations. Her big break came when she was cast as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz at age 16. Her performance, especially her rendition of Over the Rainbow, would become one of the most iconic moments in cinema history. But the story behind the scenes was far less magical. Judy faced grueling work schedules, restrictive contracts, and unrelenting pressure from studio executives who saw her more as a product than a person. She was often criticized for her appearance and subjected to strict diet regimens, all while balancing schoolwork and a demanding filming schedule. Despite this, Judy's talent shone through. Her on-screen partnerships with Rooney and Freddy Bartholomew were box office gold. As Judy transitioned to adult roles, the challenges intensified. The world watched her every move, and the expectations placed on her grew heavier. Despite these burdens, Judy Garland's resilience and artistry made her a beloved figure for generations. She became a leading lady in films like Meet Me in St. Louis, Easter Parade, and A Star is Born, earning critical acclaim and the adoration of fans worldwide. Though her life was marked by personal and professional struggles, Judy Garland's legacy is indelible. Her voice, her spirit, and her vulnerability have made her an enduring icon, one whose story continues to inspire empathy and admiration. Freddy Bartholomew. Freddy Bartholomew may not be a household name today, but during the golden era of Hollywood, he was one of the most successful child actors in the world. Born in London in 1924, Freddy was discovered by a Hollywood producer while appearing on stage in England. At just 9 years old, he was whisked away to America, where MGM quickly signed him to a contract. Freddy's breakthrough came with David Copperfield in 1935, where his delicate features and emotional depth won over critics and audiences alike. He followed starring roles in Little Lord Fauntleroy in 1936, Captains Courageous in 1937, and Swiss Family Robinson in 1940. Freddy was often cast as the sensitive, noble young hero, a persona that resonated with Depression-era audiences seeking hope and virtue on the screen. Despite his enormous success, Freddy's personal life was fraught with difficulties. The sudden fame led to legal battles within his own family. His estranged parents and relatives in England fought for custody and control of his fortune, resulting in long and costly court proceedings. By the time the dust settled, much of the wealth he had earned was gone, lost to legal fees and family strife. As Freddy entered his teenage years, his screen appeal began to wane. World War II further disrupted his career, and changing tastes in Hollywood left little room for the gentle, sensitive roles that had made him famous. He served in the U.S. Air Force, and later worked as a director and producer in television, finding modest success behind the scenes. Freddy Bartholomew's story is a classic example of the fleeting nature of childhood fame and the vulnerability of even the most beloved stars. His legacy endures through the timeless films he left behind, reminders of a brief but brilliant Hollywood chapter. Mickey Rooney. Few actors in Hollywood history have enjoyed a career as long and varied as Mickey Rooney's. Born Joseph Yule Jr. in 1920, Mickey was the son of vaudeville performers and began his stage career at just 17 months old. By the time he was 6, he was already appearing in silent comedies as the character Mickey Maguire. Rooney's big break came when he was cast as Andy Hardy in the MGM series of the same name. The Andy Hardy films, 16 in total, captured the spirit of small-town America and made Mickey a household name. His boundless energy, comedic timing, and emotional range endeared him to audiences of all ages. At the peak of his fame in the late 1930s and early 1940s, Mickey Rooney was one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, rivaled only by Shirley Temple. He worked alongside Judy Garland in a series of musicals that became instant classics, including Babes in Arms and Strike Up the Band. Despite his boyish looks, Mickey tackled a wide range of roles, from comedy to drama, showcasing an extraordinary versatility. Behind the scenes, Mickey's life was a whirlwind. He experienced the ups and downs that often come with early stardom, including complicated relationships and financial struggles. Yet, he was resilient, continuing to work in film, television, and stage for nearly 9 decades. Mickey Rooney's legacy is one of persistence and adaptability. While his personal life was sometimes tumultuous, his on-screen legacy remains one of the most enduring in Hollywood history. Mickey's career is a testament to both the opportunities and challenges faced by child stars, and his influence is still felt in the industry today. Margaret OBrien. Margaret OBrien's entrance in the 1960s and 70s, she found renewed fame as Josephine the Plumber in a series of popular TV commercials. Jane was known for her kindness, professionalism, and commitment to her fans, traits that endeared her to generations. Jane Wither's legacy is one of laughter and resilience. Her story proves that a child star can grow, change, and reinvent themselves, all while maintaining a sense of joy and gratitude for the journey. Spanky McFarland, George McFarland. No list of classic Hollywood child stars would be complete without mentioning Spanky McFarland, the lovable leader of the Our Gang, better known to many as the Little Rascals. Born in Texas in 1928, Spanky was discovered at a Dallas talent contest and joined Our Gang at the age of 3. Spanky's chubby cheeks, expressive face, and comedic timing made him an instant favorite among audiences. He quickly became the central character in the Our Gang shorts, leading a group of mischievous but good-hearted children on all kinds of adventures. His partnership with co-stars like Alfalfa and Darla became iconic, and the catchphrases and hijinks of the series remain beloved to this day. As Spanky grew older, the transition away from the gang was inevitable. The public's affection for him as a child made it difficult for Spanky to find success in adult roles, and he soon left acting behind. He struggled to adjust to life outside the spotlight and took on a variety of jobs, from working at a soft drink plant to making public appearances at nostalgia conventions. Spanky's story is one of both joy and challenge, a reminder of the powerful connection audiences can form with child stars and the difficulties of moving on from an identity forged in the public eye. Despite the ups and downs, Spanky McFarland remains an indelible part of Hollywood history, his image forever etched in the memories of generations of viewers. Roddy McDowall. Roddy McDowall's career is a testament to the enduring power of talent and adaptability. Born in London in 1928, Roddy began acting in British films as a child before emigrating to the United States during World War II. His American debut in How Green Was My Valley earned critical acclaim and introduced him to Hollywood audiences. With his refined manner and expressive eyes, Roddy was soon cast in a series of films that showcased his range. Lassie Come Home in 1943, The White Cliffs of Dover in 1944, and My Friend Flicka in 1943 among them. Roddy's performances were marked by sincerity and emotional depth, making him a favorite with both audiences and critics. Unlike many child stars, Roddy managed to navigate the difficult transition to adult roles with remarkable success. He continued to work steadily in film, television, and on stage throughout his life. Perhaps most famously, he starred as Cornelius and Caesar in the Planet of the Apes franchise, a role that demonstrated his versatility and creativity. Roddy was also an accomplished photographer, writer, and a passionate supporter of the arts. He was known for his kindness and generosity toward his fellow performers, earning him the respect and admiration of his peers. Roddy McDowall's story is a rare example of a child actor whose career spanned decades, marked by continual growth and reinvention. His legacy is not just in the films he made, but in the example he set, a model of grace, humility, and artistic integrity. From the silent era to the golden age and beyond, these child stars helped shape Hollywood's earliest stories. Their lives were filled with both triumph and hardship, and their legacies remain as a testament to the joys and challenges of growing up in the spotlight. Whether remembered for their unforgettable performances, their resilience, or their influence on the industry, these 10 stars hold a permanent place in Hollywood history. Which of these classic Hollywood child stars was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And for more deep dives into film history, don't forget to subscribe.